We gotta talk about something real. Let's hear if dude got it right. Why I decided to quit multiplayer games in 2025. I could never quit gaming. I'm gonna go ahead and start this off by saying it right now. I could never quit gaming. I'll be gaming till I'm 60. I'll be gaming till I'm 70. And I'll be multiplayer gamer too. Until like this is what it is, right? But multiplayer gaming has fundamentally changed, bro. And I've been talking about this with everybody I know. And it's worse than it's ever been. And I think this all started to happen after 2016, but it got completely worse after 2020. And ever since 2022 and up, it's been insanely bad. Insanely bad. So we're gonna watch this video. And there's another one from another dude that look interesting, but we're gonna watch this because it's shorter. Why I decided to quit multiplayer games in 2025.
Is one of the biggest drivers of gaming today. Countless hours are spent across
bro, I got that
multiple
kelp on, bro.
titles.
You gotta start your breakfast all right, bro, with the kelp. You feel me? You gotta start your breakfast all right with the kelp, bro. You feel me? With the kelp cereal, bro. Serving it up Gary's way. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? No.
Kelpo, with one of 8 essential prizes inside.
It's not what was inside that. Yeah. Hold on. I got you. All my life I got the kelp. All my life I got the kelp cereal. All my life I got the kelp. I ain't been to Bikini Bottom before, bro. I just got back. I just got back over the weekend. That's why the stream was so late.
Fun to enjoy an evening session.
Casually
right
watch
now.
the bomb die. That's why I know it's actually cool. You got to get a box, bro. That's like, yeah, why I decided to quit multiplayer games in 2025 by It's Jimbo.
Me, multiple types drivers of gaming today. Countless hours are spent across multiple titles. Lobbies are filled with friends jumping on to enjoy an evening session, and a lot of rage and frustration happens. Some of the hottest games on the market right now are multiplayer focused, whether it be battle royales like Fortnite or Warzone, round-based games like Valorant or Call of Duty, and the array of PvE related games are staggering. Over the last few years, I've started to notice some patterns, and I've picked up more on the problems, which has left me bored, dejected, and frustrated a lot of the time. It's a combination of many different elements that are littered into today's multiplayer games, and especially in PvP. Slowly and gradually, I've stopped playing them to the point where I've outright quit playing them altogether. I haven't quit playing PvE related games that feature multiplayer though. There are certain factors to why I keep playing them.
I'm wondering why he gonna say it, bro, because I have a specific thing that I've noticed now.
Rather than sit here and say all PvP games are trash and call it a day, allow me to explain why I quit multiplayer gaming and why it's just not the same anymore. Reason number one,
it's not the games, bro.
Of casual fun. A big part of my decline in PvP gaming over the last few years is the focus towards something I like to call hyper-optimization. With the emergence of social media and video streaming platforms, there has been a change.
Oh, hold on, that's a bar. Hyper-optimization. I'm already knowing what he mean by that.
To how people play multiplayer. After a week of a new game releasing, there are already thousands of clips, suggestions, and videos out there on what is the best gun to use, the best loadout, the sweatiest camp spots, the best map strats, the easiest way to get kills. You could list any number of these. Now, I have no problem with those people that make
Rivals will never be as fun as it was its first 3 months on the field, bro.
That content, as I have made
you can't prove me
videos in the past,
you can't convince me anything else,
and I've hyper-optimized myself. The emergence of this has ultimately led to multiplayer games changing and their lifespans changing a little bit as well. Players will run the most meta setups, and if you're using anything else in the game just for a casual time, you're either going to get flamed by your teammates or
this game so much. I love this.
Or the
bro,
game
this map, bro. This map right here
not being optimal because the best things are usually
just a custom forge map. Fun as a mud, bro. One of them.
This plagues every single.
The sniper spawn right behind him, right here, bro. You gotta remember the spawns on these joints if you really want to be tapped deep.
Game.
Nah, this is reach. That's reach. That's reach, bro. That goes crazy, bro.
It also falls into the same issues for a similar reason.
That's like
playing heroes correctly is what people want, even in quick play. If you aren't being optimal, you are going to be stacking the odds against you, and this is why most PvP games after the first month, or even after the first week now, start to gradually become unfun.
It's so bad. It's so bad because fighting games got it the worst. Bro, you look at their player counts after a week of release.
Or back in the 360 era of games,
You'll be like,
which
wow.
dates me, we had this as well. There would be these metas that formed slower than we see right now, and it would only be on forums for
so
the
far.
game or more niche
Oh
online
bro, he cooking. He talking about the right things. It's not the games. It's not the games.
that these discussions of the best stuff to use would happen. It was more natural, and it didn't happen as much as it does now. It's currently
Listen, hold on.
These discussions would only be on these metas that formed games, which kind of dates me. We had this as well. There would be these metas that formed slower than we see right now.
Way slower, bro. Like metas would pick up in games, bro, if people would figure out joints. Like, I don't remember how I learned about drop shotting, but it wasn't until it was a year after Black Ops was out. I didn't really start doing drop shotting or being on that, bro. It became a meta very like. It wasn't even a meta. I don't feel like
for the game or more niche online spaces that these discussions of the best stuff to use would happen. It was more natural, and it didn't happen as much as it does now. It's currently amplified thanks to social media.
It's bad.
But it goes much deeper
It's
than
so
that.
bad.
When you start talking about matchmaking and how that has really disrupted a casual approach to playing
okay. So before he say this, because I don't know what he's about to say, but I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say my piece about it right here. Remove all skill-based matchmaking. Nuke the whole skill-based matchmaking system. Nuke it all. And I mean that. Whoa. In the old CODs, drop shotting, that's the only time it was like a thing, was in the old CODs. We talking like Black Ops. I can't speak too much for 4. I didn't play 4 online like that. I just played it split screen a whole bunch. But yeah, drop shotting like started back then. And I think that was the only time it was useful. Because what was the first COD that added sliding? It was Ghost or something. And around that time, it wasn't even a thing anymore. That's when it was just gone. Like, drop shotting don't even be existent no more. By the time you really got on COD and junk, it really wasn't a thing no more. But it was only useful in those games. There was no sliding. You had the action hero dive, which was already a form of drop shotting, which Black Ops added. So like, you gotta think of it like that.
EP games
Once sliding came into play, nobody drop shotting.
How it's
you just
evolved
slide.
over the years. The biggest offender of this, I always point to, is skill-based matchmaking. I know, when I start...
Hang on, this nigga is actually hitting. This nigga is dropping. He already dropped like 30 points.
talking about skill-based matchmaking,
He dropped-
it's an open goal. It's
No. He
low-hanging
dropped
fruit.
30
It's
points to me in the first
easiest
quarter of
thing
the video.
to target. But the reason is because no developer has been able to get it right.
Thank you! Nuke the whole skill-based matchmaking system, G. Nuke it. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It never did. I don't know why people believe that, bro. You listen, bro. You get one. It seems like I'm crashing out, but I'm just so for real about this. Skill-based matchmaking sucks. It doesn't work, bro. It never did. I don't think it ever did. You get in the game, you do good, so now you're playing with people that always do good or that are much way better than you. So then you lose, and then they put you with bots. That's like the general thing of how it goes. Now, this might not happen every single game, but every other game, every 2 games, every 3 games, whatever. And then you play against the bots, you do well, they put you right back with players that ain't your, like, G. It does not work. That is not how it works, bro. The best thing you can do, Rivals does it, Overwatch started to do it, and I think that's what destroyed it, bro. The best thing you can do is literally just open the entire playing field. You feel me? Everyone against everyone. It's completely random. That's exactly how Halo used to be. That's how COD used to be back then. You're gonna run into the teams that are cracked. You will also run into the teammates that are cracked. But regardless, the enemy team that's cracked ain't playing with other teammates that are cracked because they did good. They also have trash people on their team because it's just a random pool. So like, just make it random. I don't care about, and I'm saying this in comp and quick play. Like, make it, skill-based matchmaking does not work.
swings so wildly in many
It
games
does not work.
that you can sense it's about to happen.
Literally.
You have 3 or 4
If you
games
play
in a
it
row where you're
enough,
doing
you
well, and then
know.
you just
You
know that
know.
next one is going to be full of the sweatiest players
Ever.
that are going to
You won 2
absolutely
games in a
stomp
row? We're cooked this next game. We're doomed.
you and send you back down to where you belong.
Skill-based matchmaking wasn't even a thing back then. How did they mess that up? Thank you. That's what I'm saying, KL. How? Like, it wasn't ever a thing. We never needed it. It never worked. That was
I
never a thing.
understand why skill-based
That was never a thing, and games was fun back then. So you add it, and niggas get more toxic, and you don't realize what's going on.
matchmaking exists. It's there to make games close and to make them competitive. But that's where it's lost, because it means that even in the more casual modes, everything is hyper competitive. Combine that with the hyper optimization, and if you want to succeed in public lobbies and not get stomped and have an entirely unenjoyable time, then you need to play into that hyper.
But that's the thing. Fighting games don't until you get into ranked, which all them fighting game players started to do after 2015. But like before that, 2015 and back, bro, when most folks did not play ranked, most folks would get on there and just play player matches, and that was it, and it was fun. Like player matches was where you would find matches faster. You would find matches actively slower on ranked back then, in like 2014, 13. And I feel like that was why, because folks did not care about that.
Competitive and optimized playstyle, and that's not even in the ranked modes. I won't sit here and say that open skill bracket is any better, but it feels like when the inclusion of skill-based matchmaking came in, it's really started to affect a lot of games, and it just didn't feel like that with a lot of games that I've played in the past. This issue is further amplified when a game's player base dwindles, because the skill curve...
I ain't gonna lie, bro, there's no way to fix it with fighting games, though. Like, fighting games are just doomed to, like, have toxic communities and to have their highest player counts in the first, like, 2 weeks, and that be it, bro. I ain't gonna
ultimately gets tighter and becomes
like, that's
even more competitive.
And that's also because of the people. That is also because of the people. It was not that bad back then. It's absolutely cooked now. That's over with.
Which makes
fighting game community is absolutely fried by the same thing everybody else is fried in the multiplayer gaming, like in multiplayer gaming, bro. It's fried.
In, or even new players to join the player base. I'm sure many people will agree that you don't want to sign on to a game with your friends to have to gear up for the sweatiest night of your life playing a game to win in your skill bracket or face people that are better than you. Smart players.
To be honest, who cares? We don't need fighting games for real. Yeah, well, I think we've had enough of them. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't think we need to do it. No, let me not say that. Games. It's cool to have some new fighting games, but man, bro. It's too many, actually. It's actually too many. Think about it, bro.
Which leads to a bad experience for everyone. The players that are trying and those that aren't.
And I think that's why like every other fighing game just feels dead besides the big like 3, if that. The big one,
optimization
Fighter,
has certainly played a massive factor in the amount of time that I've been spending in PvP
like maybe Tekken
years.
It's like Tekken's community feels so dried out.
The amount of time that I've been spending in PvP over the recent years, and that's why it's not as fun anymore. Reason,
bro, Fatal Fury didn't even sell that much, I think, though.
Number 2, lack of variety. One of the reasons
what do you mean not dead?
Away from PvP focused games is largely down to the lack of variety.
Because what do you mean not dead?
Sure, there are many games on the market that I can enjoy more than ever. I
said Fatal who?
Say.
Okay, wait, hang on. I'm so tapped out because of what y'all said. I'm thinking about what y'all said. I didn't hear how he ended this.
Spending in PvP over the recent years, and that's why it's not as fun anymore. Reason number 2, lack of variety. One of the reasons I've moved away from PvP focused games is largely down to the lack of variety.
Hang on. Sure. What was this whole reason he was just talking about the skill-based matchmaking, right? I'm trying to think if there's anything last I wanted to say about skill-based matchmaking. No. I will say, KL really made me remember how important this was, bro. He hit me and he asked me, why don't any games have the opportunity to talk to everyone before the game starts? And I was telling him Gears 3 and Gears all did that, even the old gods and Halos. And it's like, then we both realized like it ain't. The biggest problem is that you can't do it in new games because there's no lobbies in new games. And I truly think we need to bring those back. There is no lobby system before a match in any game, and it should be so, like, why did they just get rid of lobby? It would be the coolest thing if in Rivals Comp and Quick Play we get to vote for the map, and while we're voting for the map, all 12 niggas can just talk trash to each other, and then you get put on a team with probably whoever you was talking trash to, and now y'all gotta work together. But no, you don't like get the opportunity to even like figure out who's gonna be on your team, talk and see who got a mic until you're in the actual game. Which, the more I think about it, that might even be a reason as to why less people be on the mic or hop on the mic late. Because if you had a pregame lobby, you would see who all got their mic in and be like, oh yeah, let me plug my mic in. My team got my mic. They got their mics in. Or folks got their mics in. And it gives you more time. Lobbies need to come back. Overwatch is the closest thing to almost having one, because they brought back map voting. So in Overwatch, before the game starts now, you can vote for the map, which still don't do in Rivals, right? I don't think Rivals has added that still. But map voting left, and even if map voting stayed, though, they put map voting and they took away lobbies, though. So like, the biggest reason that people say like, be missing them old COD lobbies is because like Call of Duty is the only game that still has lobbies, and at that it's just like COD's been dropping the same game every year and it's been kind of washed though. But no other game has provided lobbies since. But Gears had them, Halo had them back then, and you know what I'm saying, Killzone, all them games. What happened?
Everyone, the players that are trying and those that aren't. Hyper competitiveness and optimization has certainly played a massive factor in the amount of time that I've been spending in PvP over the recent years, and that's why it's not as fun anymore.
And bro, and that's when you realize it ain't even the games, it's the people, bro.
2. Lack of variety. One of the reasons I've moved away from PvP-focused games is largely down to the lack of variety. Sure, there are many games on the market that I can enjoy, more than ever, I would say. But the problem is we've become hyper-focused on either one game mode or game type, and it means that a lot of the games feel very much the same. It would be incredibly disingenuous of me to kind of boil every single game down.
Because Marathon drops, and it's just literally Arc Raiders, but first person in the future. And it's like, why, bro?
Into the sum of its parts and say that game is exactly the same as another one, but despite some differences, that's what makes them stand out. They have their unique differences. You have the difference.
That's what I'm saying, though.
The genre.
That's what I'm saying, though. I think it's such a problem now because it's one game with it, bro. Like, when I pointed out, because to be honest, if we being completely fair, when I was talking about Titanfall 2 and talking about what like Respawn could easily do, and like the easy Hail Mary they have with that franchise, I was talking about like games back then all came with like the same type of set things, but since it wasn't like, bro, Transformers, Gears of War, Halo, and COD all have fundamentally the same game modes, which is crazy when you think about it. But the thing is, they all had multiple game modes, so it was fine. You didn't even think about it like that. But fundamentally, Gears and Halo had Gears, Halo, and Transformers had a co-op campaign. They had a 5v5 or 66 multiplayer. They had a survival mode, a zombies, an escalation, a firefight. Like, they all had these main 3 modes, and they all felt so different though. Versus like now, we get like an Apex that's a 3-player like battle royale, and then after that, like after Apex came out, we got the Hyperscapes, the Rogue Companies. Well, Rogue Company was like a hero shooter or whatever, but like you get the Hyperscapes, you get the what's names. Then you get Valorant, Fragmart, Siege, all one search and destroy game mode. Thank you, game, all my life. Like, just one. And niggas gas it up and hype it up to play one mode. And then Arc Raiders, Marathon. Like, Division is better than both of those. Because Division had an extraction shooter mode, and Division had an extraction shooter element in the actual game, but it was also just a co-op PvE. It was a story. It had more to it. So he ain't tripping with the lack of variety. It's like, bro, the biggest problem is that it'll come out as just one game mode. Valorant is literally just search and destroy.
CSGO has Valorant.
Siege
Fortnite
is
has
search
every
and
other
destroy.
Battle Royale following it, despite being a
with
variation
nothing else around it. They came out with stuff way later, bro.
of PUBG. Warzone and Apex are BRs, but from an FPS perspective. Street Fighter has Mortal Kombat and Tekken. They each have their own gimmick that can be utilized to promote variety.
Fragpunk has separate playlists. People play, but I get what you're saying.
But this
Didn't
is
they add that later?
smoke
When I played it, I
screen
didn't see no
for
other
the issue.
playlists.
When the novelty of the gimmick dies out, we are all still playing the one.
I only
game
played it
mode.
when it came out, though.
Battle Royales have been a trend since 2016 with PUBG and then exploded with Fortnite. But afterwards, every other game that
It was there when it came out?
multiplayer tried to follow suit.
For sure.
After you've dropped
Actual, like, TDMs and junk.
into the 4th or 5th version of a Battle Royale, you're still just playing the same mode in a different skin. If we remove the BRs from the equation, what else do we really have? Tactical shooters like CSGO or Valorant. Valorant essentially is CSGO, but with extra abilities and more things to think about, which makes it more chaotic. But the bones and structure are very much.
But that also doesn't help it either, though, too, because in comparison to what I'm saying, though, even if you want to look at like Overwatch, because like Overwatch and Rogue Company, they both had like other modes in there to play, but it's still just a hero shooter at the end of the day. Versus like there's no other slice of any other element of gameplay in there.
Similar, but they are still just one particular game mode. The reality is, because of the shift towards following trends, it's pushed out arena shooters and games with genuinely unique takes on things. The big three certainly aren't the top anymore: Halo, Battlefield, and Call of Duty.
What a time. What a time. He used COD 4s for the thing so you can see that.
With Call of Duty only really finding that success because of Warzone and then putting all of their development time into that and also their annual releases. All three of them have had massive missteps over the years, which has put them where they are now. And you may be asking the question, why am I talking about these?
So yeah, he ain't wrong. We can't act like that ain't also a problem too. Like folks really do. Yeah, these games be coming out as one game mode. I ain't even think about that fully. I really didn't. Like I knew I was low-key complaining about that junk because like I've been said like I think Marathon and Arc Raiders like okay, it's cool that they weren't $60 games because they shouldn't be. Them games should have been $20 or $30 games. We're being completely honest because it's just an extraction shooter. That's it. That's it. And I have such a little issue with that for some reason. Like that's just not me. Like it's cool because I don't mind extraction shooters, but
games
that's
specifically.
it.
It's because these games had so much variety in them over the course of modes. Capture the Flag, Sabotage, Rush, Operations, Rocket Race, Free-for-all, TDM, Juggernaut, Fiesta, Gun Game. The list goes on. Of course, this has evolved into games like Fortnite because they've branched out and are starting to do different things and have endless custom modes. But the point is, we don't see this anymore with new games releasing. It's just one mode and one track mind. Any attempt to bring something new and different ultimately ends if people get bored of said gimmick. With the emergence of live service and free-to-play, if there are no players playing your game, that means that you have no money, which means the game doesn't survive, and it ultimately leads to it being shut down. And we've seen that.
Then you get one that is like an original take of multiple genres, high guard, and it's just not worth it, bro. It's just not worth it, bro.
Multiple times over the years. Any attempt at something new and fresh is too much of a risk at the moment. Whatever is popular, that's what needs to be made, and it's led to stagnation, trend following, especially in the multiplayer space, which hasn't been good at all. This leads us to the final reason in the video. Reason number 3, getting older.
All right, yeah, we're done. Yeah, I don't think we need to do the rest of it. Bro, it's not the age. I'm not about to agree with him. He's saying for him personally. I'm about to hear him out. I'm trolling, but like, that is not what it is. That is not an excuse. That's what I used to blame it on. It took me really peeping, bro. After a year and a half of looking back at all my gameplay, bro, looking at my old videos, looking at my old streams, I looked at everything I was making, bro. Okay, not everything, because it's a lot. But I watched so much of my own stuff for the first time over the past year and a half. That's where I learned so much, but I also just saw so much that changed within gaming throughout it. We're talking all the way back from 2016 to now. I seen how much everything shifted. Crazy.
I know I can sit here and analyze and complain about every PvP game that I've played at the moment, what frustrates me, the issues outside of those games, but the very real reality is I might just be aging out of them. Naturally, when you are younger, you have faster reflexes, you're more engaged in whatever the game you're playing is, you have boatloads of time, and multiplayer games are the shit when you are younger. You get better so fast and you can maintain that level, plus you have friends that you can challenge or play with every day. You just want to get better at the game because you have time to do it. Maybe part of the reason I'm not enjoying PvP games as much anymore is because my tastes have changed. I know where I can find my fun.
Bro. So you can't.
I can't fucking compete! I just can't fucking compete! Can you get the fuck out of my face?
Shout out Jeff, man. Shout out Jeff, man. Shout out Jeff, man. This was Ron when he was talking
40 laps to go.
Retirement!
He about to be so mad, bro. I was trolling.
Storm takes back the lead.
Unbelievable! McQueen is fading! McQueen is fading!
This is Ron hopping over, realizing he was getting boxed up by a 14-year-old.
You had a good run.
This is Ron.
Retirement. Storm takes back the lead.
Unbelievable! McQueen is fading! McQueen is fading! Fading fast!
Little niggas, bro. Go! Said you gave up, Ron. No, I'm trolling, bro. What I mean, no, is there's an actual point to what I be telling Rob, bro. I be telling him this, bro. Like, I do be trolling him, but I'm like, there's a genuine, and we used to talk about this when we was at work, bro, because I was telling him, like, there's a genuine difference between 13-year-old niggas now in the game and 13-year-old niggas when he was 13 on the game. Because, like, when he was 13 on the game, you... Link is like y'all was definitely not sweats, and y'all was definitely more trash. A lot of them little niggas that was 13, 14 were defaults, bro, back then, in like Fort and everything. But now these 13, 14-year-olds genuinely be just copying the craziest tech from their favorite streamers and just learning it all on TikTok and getting all that, and just they be insane. They be actually doing insane junk, and they be cracked out at extra young ages. That's what this movie was like, he talking about, because McQueen was like, bro, it ain't even like these cars are at younger ages doing way more horsepower than when he was at that age. Like, these cars are just naturally born with crazier horsepower. They have access to better tools, and that's why he had to try to like start learning, and they were teaching him how to use the new tools that all these like kids was using to be so fast at young ages. McQueen, like, the guy used to have to actually race on the actual field. Niggas was in the actual streets with it. These little niggas be at home. He was crashing. Niggas is born with 400 horsepower out the gate. Can't keep up. Not his fault, though. It's not his fault, though. Little niggas born with crazy horsepower out the gate, bro. Oh, my life.
Skills are fading. I'm turning literally into Lightning McQueen.
Wait, I just realized he actually pulled that up. Me and this thing on timing. No. Bro, I swear I have not seen this video. This is actually... Cause that nigga McQueen was really like, bro, these niggas... Bro, hold on. They even like, I'm telling you, bro, they were really talking about it, though. Cause like, when they were talking about like, they were giving an overview of the cars. Next generations.
One reason Storm and the next gens are more efficient.
These next gens is crazy.
Their ability to hold the optimum racing line every single lap.
Every lap?
For the rookie sensation.
Storm
Niggas just
in a
born with more
fast-paced
horsepower,
and
acceleration?
training on the newest cutting-edge simulators. These machines create a virtual racing experience so real, racers never even have to go outside.
Storm's ability to hold that.
Like, bro. It really is. That was the point though. Like the barrier to entry of stuff just gets lower and lower. But the crazy thing is how like this was talking about it before we were able to see like such a real aspect of it with the internet. The internet really provided this crazy barrier to entry that like stuff you and Ron didn't like get good at or learn on the game till y'all was like 17, 18, they learned it at 12, 13. Which is a big gap though. It don't feel that crazy. But it is, because by the time they 17, 18 now, they stay on the game all the time.
Fun.
My
skills are fading.
He really pulled it out though, bro.
Lightning McQueen in Cars 4
like,
and just fading into the
I want to
background
keep up,
whilst the younger generation slide cancels past me.
Slide cancel. Oh my life.
I know.
Kale, do you got that one clip, bro? What was that one nigga we was fighting and the nigga just kept sliding around all over the place? It was in a match of cars. I was like, what is this nigga doing?
These games are going to elicit
just doing all sorts of slide canceling.
Whether that be anger or frustration or elation. And sometimes you just don't have the energy for it. And as much as I can believe that reality that I'm getting older and I'm just kind of not into them anymore, I know when the right game comes along, I can get addicted for hours. Rivals at the end of 2024 was a genuine surprise to me, and I really enjoyed playing that. Despite only putting in like 20 to 25 hours, I can still enjoy Battlefield.
See, he put in 25 hours in the beginning of Rivals when it was so peak. No one knew a thing. The amount of pure chaoses you heard, the amount of cheapo town halls, I don't even hear that no more as much anymore. And it's not even that Iron Fist is a bad character. Folks just don't play Iron Fist because he ain't as optimal no more. But Iron Fist is still actually a good character if you kick, but it's like, he ain't meta. He is not picked that much. But he was everywhere for the game came out because like folks was actually having fun with him.
Approach by sniping people and enjoying that gunplay. And I can still enjoy Halo, and I'm still pretty decent at Halo.
I'm down to run Halo, Link, by the way. I saw the
part
show.
of me thinks
I keep it downloaded because I be trying to run it with Axel.
In loose terms, is because I found my home in those games. So until a new game in that franchise releases, I'm not really going to be playing that much PvP multiplayer.
We are gonna bring it back though, Ron. It's a group effort, bro. We're bringing it back, bro. I'm so dead serious when I say that.
Age also plays a factor because we
Halo's
just don't have as
All right,
much
calm down,
time
bro.
anymore. I've made this point before
down,
on
bro.
the backlog video, but having a job, relationships, friends, responsibilities are a big chunk of people's day. The time we have to spend getting better at those games is limited with many people across the globe. We also don't have friends.
It really just be a rat race though. Like it really just be a rat race. But I don't feel like I was ever like that. If I'm being honest, I think if there's only one game where I ever sweated, wanted to be a sweat, wanted to be good, it was absolutely Gears of War. And even then, I don't think I cared that much. I think I just was little and on the game and had so much time. And I still low-key, I don't think I was fun like that because I still was just having more fun than I was just trying to win. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't one of the niggas trying to obsess over my KD ratio. Like there was niggas on the game that was like that, some kids. But I wasn't. And then I would have homies who was like, bro, this dude Jack would piss me off because he was just so good at the game. He was so good at the game. Just so much better than me. So much better than all of us. He was just genuinely the best of one of us on the game. And then next was probably my homie Ben. And then it was like a cross between me and this one dude Aiden. Like it would be like, but we was definitely the ones who would troll the most. But it really went that way in rank and skill, it felt like, but it also went that way in our actual levels. Like this dude Jack was red leveled, bro. No, he was blue leveled, bro. He was blue leveled when like the rest of us was green. He was just crazy.
With many
he was just cracked. He was something else, bro. Dude would come to he was one of them skinny white kids come to the school with monsters in the morning all the time.
Glow.
Barely
we
talk.
also don't have friends that are readily available if you want to jump into them because funnily enough, we all have responsibilities. Have you tried to organize a game night with your friends when all of you are working different shifts? One of you has a kid and the other one can only play for 2 hours or so because they have to get off.
No, bro.
Up at 6 a.m.
The way you get on the game, it'd be so bad when we get on after 10 o'clock talking about something, bro. I'm glad he told me I gotta go to bed, bro. His wife, you get him.
It's so
That's
damn
like, it's
hard
funny.
to do this.
They do
which
be like
is
that.
why many people opt for more PvE focused games if they get that time, because
That's
there's no
why stuff
stress,
like Helldivers be for real refreshing.
there's no frustration, there's anger.
It's no,
just a fun
it's
laugh,
no,
and
it's
you
just,
can
bro, you
enjoy
have
yourself.
fun, you just in that mud, and it doesn't have to be relevant. It's just a 4-player co-op game, bro. Y'all hop in, and if y'all lock in, you just have fun on Helldivers. You'll just have fun.
with your friends.
It's just
or
funny.
You can go and join
fun.
that hellhole, which is skill-based matchmaking. But maybe I'm old. Maybe that's who I am now. Maybe I'm a boomer.
It ain't your age, bro. No, it ain't your age, bro.
Life changes, and so does what we play. I'll leave you with one last bit of honesty, because I would be lying if I said
this
to
is
you
such a
I would
W video,
never
man.
play a multiplayer game again and never play a PvP game again.
Nah,
Give me a Halo
It
or a
ain't that, bro.
Battlefield and I'm there, or maybe something crazy comes out of nowhere. Maybe Titanfall 3 comes out of nowhere and I'll jump into that. But for the foreseeable future, unless something really grabs me, I'll stick to the array of games in my backlog and all the future games on the horizon that I'm looking forward to play. But as always, tell me what you think down in the comment section if you've got this far in the video.
Link to what I don't think Halo Infinite is sweaty though, bro. Link, you know, you absolutely go get on there sweating, bro. Chill, bro. Relax,
Leave me a
bro.
like, subscribe
For no
you
reason.
think down in looking
Relax,
forward
bro.
to play. But as always, tell me what you think down in the comment section if you've got this far in the video. Leave me a like, subscribe.
I don't think he had any misses, bro. I'm gonna say no misses, bro. I don't think he had no misses, bro. Shut up, bro, man. What the heck? Why is it doing that? This one we'll watch next stream. We gonna watch this Pokemon one too, because Gundam made a new video of Pokemon, man. This dude's, I don't know what this dude's gonna be on.
When
This
was
was
the
gonna
last
be a
great
lot to get
multiplayer
through.
game?
26 minutes. He said multiplayer game is dead. Thanks for ruining it. So we go see about that one. This dude is Jimbo. No misses. And look, bro, like he said, you know what, he never gonna touch a multiplayer game again. And for me, I know dang sure I'm not, like, and just in general, like, as much as I like single player games, but I just like overall games in general though. Multiplayer games absolutely are healing, bro, as well as like single player. Like, one of my homies going through a mad breakup, so I be trying to get on Minecraft with him more and everything, and I be telling him like, I think one of the ways to get through like you struggling, bro, as a dude, I think one of the best things that help you get through like any tough mental battles, bro, is definitely multiplayer gaming. Matter of fact, one of the best ways to just cope through life, period, it has to be top 10, and it ain't 10. But one of the best ways to just cope through life, period, bro, is gaming with the bros and a whole lot of lucky. A whole lot of my dog lucky. Get you through that heartbreak, bro. If you got that heartbreak going, bro, throw it lucky. Hop in the game with the bros. How that going throughout your Let me stop. Oh, bro, though. Tell you, it's definitely just one of the methods, bro. Oh, this is that dude Axel told me about. See, and this is actually how I feel. Hold on, I'm gonna read this top comment. This dude said, it's a real shame that many younger people will simply never have the opportunity to experience the joy of online play in an actual fun environment that isn't geared towards squeezing every possible penny from them. And just full of absolute sweats and tryhards that don't even like figure the game out for themselves, bro. I just be feeling the worst for them, like, and they victims of it, so they do the same thing, but they'll never experience, like, bro, the fact that I'll talk to somebody, and this has nothing to do with age, by the way, bro. I'm talking to people older than me who sweat on games and be asking me to get on Rivals all the time and everything. I get it. But, like, if I tell them, bro, they'll look at some of my old clips or see some of the stuff I used to do in Overwatch, some of the stuff we used to have so much fun doing, bro. And they don't even see how that could be fun. To them, that's like, but you gonna lose. Like, I can't explain it to them at that point. You're just beyond cooked or fried, because your only way to have fun in a video game is to win. And I do think that's sad. I actually think that's sad. It's no problem to try to win, and nobody is saying that when somebody is having fun in the game, you're not trying to win. But that's how your mind is on it, because you're so fixated on winning, you're not even having fun in the game. And you think you're having fun only when you win. because the win was satisfying, but the entire process was just stressful. Like, that's not you actually having fun. Folks supposed to play the game to unwind, but they get on the game to try hard and sweat, and they only have fun when they win it. Only have fun when they get kills. It ain't figuring no character out. It ain't getting better with a character. It ain't learning new stuff, like figuring it out on your own or how you could get something to work. There ain't none of that type of creativity in there no more. Like, and that sucked, bro. And I do mean this, like, if somebody really feel like they have to win and that they only have fun when they're winning, that is a genuine mental problem. I'm not even playing. Like, that's an actual unhealthy way of thinking in overall life, bro. Those are the people that end up with so many issues psychologically. Like that, there's actual evidence on that, bro. There's scientific backing on that, bro. You cannot have that mindset, bro. So if you have that in gaming, you're the problem. You're the problem in the games, bro. That's crazy, but that's how folks really be out here thinking. It's actually insane, bro. It's actually insane. W video though. In next stream we're gonna talk about, you know, the death battle Jose want to talk about. Remind me to do that, because like we gotta talk about Cell versus. I haven't watched it fully, bro. OMG Rivals cooked my mindset, G. See, and I'm glad that you noticed it. Like, you do gotta pick up on it, because a lot of folks don't even understand that's how they thinking. If you could pick up like that's how it be, it's like, I don't think you on that line. I don't, bro. Look though. Well, I think a lot of people are just overall like on that, in that spirit gaming. Like, I think that's just the way it went. I do think there's people that still just be on the line or even just be on the complete other side. But like, yeah, I think it, you know, it got lost somewhere. But that's where you realize though, like, I think most folks don't even be wanting to play quick play no more, and that be the problem. But I think that could be fixed. So like, I told Kale, like, when it came to the quick play and comp thing, like, people just feel like they need to play comp because there's no other point to play quick play. Like, you only get rewarded from comp. But that's where I was like, bro, if I was a developer on Rivals, I would start rewarding people for quick play, bro. I would start giving out like free recolors and like the opportunities to win the emotes and stuff by playing quick play. You do that, and then it's like with quick play, you don't lose anything. You only had a possibility to gain. But quick play do be sweaty now, because then people start getting tired of the sweats and comp. So then they go to quick play and then sweat. It's weird. But like, quick play is supposed to be for that, because like, you don't lose anything. It's just for the fun. So that's how it should be. As long as you having fun though. It's one thing to like, I could get like the level of like, some people would be like, consider griefing or like throwing games. That's different, right? But if you actually just trolling but you having fun with the game, ain't no problem with it then. Like, I don't see, no. We got to the bottom of a lot from that one little 13-minute video. He hit everything. That's why I don't even feel the need to watch that other one. Because bro, there's only one other video. So now I can say I've seen 2 videos where folks understand what I'm saying. And that the problem with gaming now is it ain't the games, bro. And that's the confusion of why a lot of these people be trying to claim gaming is dead. But it's really them. They be part of the issue, or it's just the people and they don't realize how much it's the people in the games that's the issue. What really be killing the fun in the games is the people. But like, I'm trying to think of it, like, I don't think there's any other way, you know, to really explain it. Everything else the dude said was also extremely valid though. It's like, dang. But it's cool though. It might not come back in general, but we gonna bring it back. I'm gonna make sure I do my part, bro. We own that. I don't think it's completely grim, but it does suck though, because it's like, if you got folks that are affected by that and they don't like, they really cooked. It's like, there's just no saving them. there's no saving folks. Like, yeah, maybe in the 2030s, people thinking, I'm hearing, hold on, I think I put one in the stream watches. Let me see if I can find it. There was like a video called, like, some dude is claiming that he really thinks the 2030s is gonna be a renaissance. And he was saying, like, just based off of history, the points where renaissances happen is when people get heavily into something overall. Like, pretty much the attachment everybody has to the internet at some point is gonna be like a wanting to detach, like, generally, like, globally. Like, people will be like, nah, skip all this, and actively go like away from it. But we'll see. Because part of me want to say, like, that makes sense, that checks out looking back in the history of it too, but like, they never had this type of technology in history, you know. So it's like we gonna see. Like, it's a nice thought though. It's a nice thought, dude.